Hey, what's going on YouTube? Gary here, gzduels, playing what else but Madolches. Yes, are you guys tired of Madolches yet? Because I know I am. Not in like a I don't want to play it ever again type of way, but it's just like I've been playing with it so much. I've been practicing with it against the meta, and I'm having mixed results because at first I thought the version that I'm playing, the one that blows up unexpectedly, that would make more of an impact at YCS Toronto, given that not a lot of people will be expecting Madolches to play this way. Alexander Thomas, he played a control variant of Madolches, so most people are expecting when they have Madolches, the duel is going to get slowed down significantly. Now, with that in mind, with that as like an advantage, with the expectation that people have this preconceived notion, what I can actually do is just surprise a lot of people. So like right here, I'm going to Heavy Storm, and I could probably win off of just this alone. But I messed up. I could have won right here, given that he doesn't have Valor. I could have, special summon out the Werewolf, went search for the ticket, and then went for the Madolche Hoot Cake and all that stuff afterwards. But I really messed up, but that's cool. That's cool. That comes with practice. I'm not as good as I want with the deck yet. Right now, I'm still preparing for a lot of exams. Yes, it's exam season. A lot of you guys have been messaging me on Skype, wanting to play, wanting to duel, and I feel really bad turning you guys down, really, because I really have to prepare. Every day when I do play, I play only because I test. So like I play Madolches, and second of all, I play only because I have to make a video. Not to say making a video isn't fun. Not to say that it's like a burden or something like that. But really, it's just. For the past few days, it's been very busy, but I promise everything will be fine. Everything will slow down by next Tuesday. So looking forward to playing with you guys, looking forward to more content, and more looking forward to making a lot of fun videos. Okay, so right here I'm going to Valor the Kaiku so he won't be able to remove the monsters from my graveyard. Now I'm kind of regretting not blowing up last turn, because it's apparent that he didn't have something like Maxi or Valor at that time. So if I had just blown up, he wouldn't have netted so much advantage. Now at the same time, I was just like, it's fine. Like I can still go off right now because I do have the Mew with me. I have the Messenger Lotto with me, so everything should be okay. So as long as that happens, I'm going to show you guys what I should have done last turn. I'm supposed to special summon that out and do all of that stuff. Okay, but you guys have seen this countless times, so I'm not going to go into the combo in detail. I want to talk about something else. You can see in my deck there's some new additions. I've been debating a lot of things. I'm trying to change the deck towards stability rather than sackiness. Yes, so what I decided to do was I decided to take out a number of things. I decided to take out the reinforcement of the army because I didn't feel like it was doing enough. I decided to take out the double summon because I didn't think it was doing enough either. Now, the most controversial thing that I think I took out was the third Magdalene. So I only run 2 Magdalenes currently, and the ultimate offering. So I'm going towards more of like the stability rather than sackiness. Sometimes you can open up with like 2 Magdalene and you have nothing really much that gets it going. Now, I'd rather not have that. I'd rather have some things like, Forbidden Lance and all of that stuff. I'll talk about why. So I'm trading sackiness for stability. I'm also taking out the Crufson. Since I took out Ultimate Offering, Crufson doesn't really help with the Magdalene OTK anymore. And also, when I'm doing the 3-wave combo, I can just end off with Hoot Cake on the field, because by that time I would have had Ticket, I would have had Chateau. So if he, somehow Mystical Space Typhoons the Ticket, I get to get back the Hoot Cake anyways with Chateau's effect. If he Mystical Space Typhoons the Chateau, I'll get back Hoot Cake, from the Ticket. So either way, I will get Ticket back. So really, I don't really need the dog in order to just get that extra boost. It's just kind of superfluous. So I took out the dog, and plus when I draw into the dog, the Crufson, I always find myself hating it. Just always. It takes a lot for that dog to be good. You need to have some way of special summoning it so you need to have Mew with you. You need to have like Madolche Ticket with you just to make it, semi-playable, semi-good. So I'd rather just at the end of the combo summon out an extra Messenger Lotto, and then when they die or when somehow it gets destroyed, Heavy Storm, Dark Hold, or whatever, I would still get those things back. So that's why I took out the Crufson. Now, what I did add in were a lot of interesting things as well. As you can see, I added in Redox. I tried it at 2, and then I realized if you use Redox at 2, what ends up happening is if you drop both of them in the early game, it's actually not very good. Now, Redox is amazing though. Regardless, Redox can get you into a Monster Reborn. So sometimes you want to special summon out an extra Messenger Lotto or something like that. Or if you have a Hoot Cake in the graveyard and you want to special summon out that Hoot Cake, that Redox helps you. Not only does it help you, if you summon out the Hoot Cake, you would have Redox in the graveyard, which is a monster target for Redox to for Hoot Cake to banish, and therefore you can have your Hoot Cake's effect. So like something like this would happen. If you want to special summon out the Hoot Cake, you can, as long as you have like a Max C or something in the graveyard, you can discard Redox and Hoot Cake, special summon Hoot Cake, even though it was discarded along with Redox. So that's really, really good because, you'll be able to use the Hoot Cake's effect right away. You have a free Hoot Cake. And Redox is also good in the second way, since I said I am trading sackiness for stability. Sometimes when your opponent has you on the ropes, you can just simply banish your Maxi and your Swift Scarecrow, special summon out a Redox face-up defense position with 3000 defense, and that can sometimes just buy you a turn. And if that buys you a turn, maybe next turn you draw into a Hoot Cake and you turn everything around. So that's really, really good. So I put 1 Redox in. Also, you can see in the main deck, there's a lot of changes. I realized that my Madolche deck really hates being controlled by decks like decks that can go into Xian, decks that can go into Pleiades, decks that can go into first turn Jowgen. So I really need to get rid of the control basis. So what I decided to do was I decided to side in things in addition to the 2 Snowman Eaters. At first I was like, I need the 2 Snowman Eaters because I want to get rid of some things like Naturia Beast, and I want to get rid of Xian by monster effects. I can get rid of Ophium by monster effects. Those things are good. That's why I play the thing in the side deck, the Snowman Eater in the side deck. Now I realize sometimes your opponent goes into Shockmaster and they call monster effects, so your Snowman Eater really can't do much at that point. So I decided I'm going to actually also side in things like Soul Takers, because Soul Takers is really good. Sometimes when you have that Jowgen, your opponent has that face-up Jowgen, Soul Taker that Jowgen, prompt your opponent to activate something like the Spellbook of Wisdom if they have it. If they don't have it, you just got rid of Jowgen. Now you can special summon all you want, provided that he probably has a face down Fate, but that's just whole another animal we have to deal with. And also, your opponent goes into Shockmaster, your opponent calls monster effects, you use Soul Taker, you get rid of that as well. So sometimes it really helps get you out of like control situations. Your opponent has Pleiades, you play Soul Taker, Pleiades is forced to activate his own effect, and then you can go off again without being controlled. All at the price of 1000 free life points to your opponent. Sometimes that can get quite annoying because this is an OTK based deck, but once that happens, you can just slow down the game a bit because your opponent is trying to play control. There's no way that they'll OTK you, so yeah, you just slow down the game at that point. Now, another thing I realized about this deck is, of course, it hates control, and control decks run a lot of back row. Control decks run, bottomless trap hole and all of that stuff. So what I decided to do was add in 2 main deck Forbidden Lances. So when you summon out Hoot Cake and your opponent goes bottomless trap hole, you can protect the Hoot Cake and use your Hoot Cake's effect to go off into shenanigans. Now, if your opponent has something like Spellbook of Fate, you can summon Hoot Cake, and then they'll be like Spellbook of Fate. That Hoot Cake, you can chain lance, and you can still go off into your other stuff as well. Now, not only that, I've decided to, because this deck hates back row so much, I've decided also to main deck 2 extra Night Beams. So the deck for back row hate, this deck has 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Heavy Storm, 2 Royal Decrees main decked, and as well as 2 Forbidden Lance and 2 Night Beams. That's 10 cards to get rid of back row or to deal with back row. Yes, this deck is all about the OTK. I am playing this version, so I want to make this version as successful as possible. The best way to do that is to get rid of stupid things like bottomless trap hole and all of that stuff that'll mess up my day. Okay, so that's the additions. That's all the things that I added in, all the things that I subtracted out. I don't think there's much else that I want to talk about for the main deck. So I guess I'll just keep talking about the duel right here. Now over here, we're in a pretty cool situation because what's happening right now is my opponent is putting me under max C. So I was like, you're a prophecy player. Unless you are extremely bad, you would not run things like Trigodia. I don't think. I don't think Spellbook players run Trigodia, so I'm willing to take that chance right now. So even if he pluses like a billion right here, I'm cool with that right now, because as long as he doesn't draw into his Effect Veiler, which I don't think Spellbook players run too many, like maybe 2 or maybe 1, just to summon out with the Judgment's effect. So I was thinking right here, I have 3 level 4 monsters. Should I go into Shockmaster and call spells? But I know that he has a Spellbook Magician face down, and he probably drew into a Priestess. Now if he drew into a Priestess, then he can get rid of my Shockmaster next turn with monster effects, and then attack over my other stuff, and I would be in trouble. So I decided, no, I'm gonna just commit to my original plan. I'm gonna go into Queen Tiramisu, finish off this duel with an OTK, see what happens. He's gonna draw into a lot of cards. As long as that card that he drew into wasn't a maxi, we would just win. So I'm going to try that, and it seems like he doesn't have, sorry, not maxi, Effect Veiler. It doesn't seem like he has a response for Effect Veiler, so we're going to just probably attack for game. And I don't think my opponent has any response right now, so that's actually really cool. So I replenish my hand, and I'm just going to go for the attack. Click battle phase and attack, and my opponent quit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this duel, enjoyed my update. I'm going to show you guys a full deck profile when the day comes, and other than that, this is Gary GZ Duels signing out.